I don't believe that there was a rift. There was a slight disagreement, but I mean, who doesn't disagree with his brother?
What did you think of Princess Diana's statue? Oh, you don't like it.
I was surprised.
Okay, I have been reading, and I have seen some mixed reactions, so tell me.
I feel that the actual essence of it is really beautiful.
Right.
That there she is in all of her majesty, in a sort of, in a maturity and a seniority with the 3 children. I was just slightly surprised by the color of it, but then it was shown to me on a very quick video. I wasn't actually there because it was a private, very private ceremony. So I want to get closer to actually really study it. What did you feel?
To be honest with you, I thought it was gorgeous. I didn't expect the children. I thought that was a lovely touch. And I didn't think it was going to look exactly like her. This is kind of what I envisioned in a way.
I just want to drink it in much more fully. I thought it was a beautiful little ceremony, and I'm really glad to see the 2 boys being seen in that way.
Yes.
Because...
What did you think of them? They entered laughing, smiling together. Do you think that the optics of it were good for them?
Oh, absolutely. Unquestionably. Because it dispels any of the brouhaha over the fact that there's a rift, which, as you know, we've exchanged. I don't believe that there was a rift. There was a slight disagreement, but I mean, who doesn't disagree with his brother?
Right.
But it's been blown out of complete proportion. It's been overly dramatized. So the very fact that they were there looking so relaxed, really handsome. I mean, look at those tall, straight bodies wearing those blue suits, sexy, tight-fitting, but at the same time not too unconventional with their ties and their so forth. I thought they looked really good.
I did too. What did you make of the intimate gathering you mentioned? The Queen wasn't there, Prince Charles wasn't there, of course, Kate and Meghan were not in attendance. Did you think that was good?
Well, it's very strange. We still live under the mantle of COVID restrictions.
Right.
And although they weren't masked, the point is that the protocols are still very severe. And we know that there have been some really complex behaviors in central government over the last 2 weeks, which means that one major minister has been released, has been got rid of, purely and simply because he actually misbehaved within the substance of COVID restrictions. So I feel that what the royal family are doing are being immensely representative of what the law of the land is all about. And that's one of the reasons why the Queen wasn't there and why Meghan wasn't there. I mean, Meghan obviously is at home with the children, so that's completely understandable. But it is interesting that Catherine wasn't there as well, that it became this very, very intimate celebration of just the 2 princes and select members of the Spencer entourage.
Right.
I didn't see Charles. Charles Spencer wasn't there.
I didn't see him either.
Just the 2 sisters, Jane and Suzanne.
What did I read somewhere that the Duchess of Cambridge got a private viewing of the statue with her children before. Did you hear the same?
I haven't, no, but that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I'm sure that they'd already gone down to see it, all of them together, to have their private moments. And then it would have been veiled. And I thought it was really neat the way that they laughed as they pulled the cords and the whole thing took place. But I thought it was also really interesting, just from a body behavior, that Harry then took the green swathed fabric and rolled it up and then handed it to somebody. I thought that was a really interesting sort of practical, ordinary, authentic thing to indicate to everybody, no, I'm still very much part of this, and I don't mind clearing up the crockery after tea, sort of thing.
I'm interested because I saw the same thing. I thought it seemed very jovial and I appreciated them laughing. There didn't seem to be much emotion in terms of tears or any of that. I wonder if that maybe happened behind the scenes, because as I was watching it, I was emotional just seeing the 2 boys, thinking about my own mother who's still with us, unveiling a statue of my mother, and how emotional that would be.
Yeah. You see, I feel that apropos what we were just saying about the fact that they had a little private view beforehand.
Right.
I mean, it's sort of, you know, it's sort of it's a prelude, isn't it? And a preclusion to what would take place. I'm sure they probably saw it several times. And that would be when all of the private emotion was being shared. Of course, if it had been a larger occasion, if there had been a little bit more pomp and circumstance, I feel that we would have actually felt the shockwaves much, much more. But because it was so intimate, and because they know that there is such a highly charged vibration in the British and the Australian press, that they were trying to keep it really low key. And that's where all the joviality was, you know, and they actually have a tremendous amount of fun between the two of them, which was instigated by their mother. I mean, their mother could be really naughty. I mean, she was she was very playful. I think I told you about our ruse together where she put on a blonde wig and spectacles, and we rushed down the main street to get to the movie place, the movie palace.